The price of outrage. Listen, when a guy can pull down 8 figures a year just for yelling about whether an athlete has the clutch gene, the mirror isn't showing us the guy on TV. It is showing the audience that built the stage. We live in a culture that treats proxy battles like life or death. Most folks punch a clock, navigate broken systems, and carry heavy personal stress all week. They don't have control over their bills or the curveballs life throws at them. But they can control how hard they ride for a sports franchise. That creates an intense appetite for drama. Real life is messy and exhausting. Sports talk gives people a tidy soap opera with clear heroes and designated villains every single morning. And people form this massive, deep emotional connection to something that ultimately doesn't matter in the bigger picture of life. A missed free throw or a blown coverage won't change your family's future, put food on the table, or solve a single real-world problem. Yet people let a bad loss ruin their entire week. There's nothing inherently wrong with escapism either. Everybody needs to take a breather from reality every once in a while. The trouble starts when the line gets blurry, and folks forget it's just a game meant to give you a rest, not a war. And people want simple answers. Complex things take work to break down. Scheme adjustments, defensive rotations, injuries, or basic variants. Nobody wants to sit through a 20-minute breakdown of film when they can just scream that a player choked or didn't want it enough. The market rewards hot air because nuance doesn't stir the blood. Outrage does. People tune in to feel vindicated. When a viewer spends all day feeling unheard, watching a paid loudmouth validate their personal grudge against a superstar feels like a direct hit of dopamine. It feels good. It feels like winning an argument without doing any of the heavy lifting. Look at the parasocial side of it, too. Millions of people genuinely feel closer to these media personalities than to their actual neighbors. The talking head becomes the loud buddy at the end of the bar, the one who always has a take even when it makes 0 sense. Tribalism sells better than almost anything else. We split into camps over shoes, jerseys, and arbitrary legacy debates because belonging to a faction is easy. It gives people an instant identity. Worse, it turns everyday conversation into an echo of the studio. You hear people repeating morning show talking points verbatim in break rooms. They aren't actually analyzing what they watched with their own eyes. They're just reciting the script handed to them by somebody getting paid millions to provoke them. There's a strange kind of envy underneath it all, too. Seeing an athlete make hundreds of millions makes people uncomfortable on some level. Watching a critic tear that player down brings the athlete back to earth, even if the criticism is completely subjective nonsense. It levels the field in a petty way. It says we'd rather be agitated than informed. Calm, reasoned analysis is boring to a restless public. People want conflict. They want stakes, even if the stakes are entirely manufactured between commercial breaks. As long as people need an emotional surrogate to dump their daily frustration into, the guys holding the microphones are going to keep laughing all the way to the bank. Knowledge is king.